Welcome, Taurus. This is your weekly focus for April the 9th through to the 15th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Now let's turn to the cards and see what they reveal about the energy that surrounds us so that we can go forward in a positive light. The Four of Cups. Gratitude. We need to be grateful. We need to ground ourselves in being grateful. So if there was ever a week to write that gratitude or start that gratitude journal, or put a piece of paper by your bedside and take out a pen and write one thing down. And by the end of the week, you'll have 7 things that you're grateful for, because we're going to say that one thing aloud and then we're going to go to sleep. But the next night we write a second thing and we say both. And watch as you work towards the new moon on the Sunday, of the things that you were grateful for, the tools, the people, what already grounds you, allows you to move forward in some way, to strengthen your stance. We have the Strength card. Watch the ego. Watch where you feel that you have to trick somebody into doing something, or somebody's trying to trick you, perhaps. This is I get this more of a strong inner knowing of where you're going, and to be true to yourself. To attach yourself to your inner strength, your convictions, your values, of what you want to become, of what you want to step into. And don't get into some kind of fighting match about it, or let your ego rule the day. Think about what's best for you in every situation. And that might mean, remember, we are still in the full moon energy for all of this week. We are still in the Mercury retrograde energy for all this week. Okay, it's not till Sunday that Mercury stands stationary. It's not till Sunday that the new moon appears. So back things up, think things through. What do you want to say? What is the action that you want to produce? And if it's one that is a very negative energy, like I'm going to tell them what I think of them kind of energy, we don't want to be burning bridges here. We don't want to overpower somebody here. We want to walk in our own strength. And we have the Star. Oh, this is making the impossible possible. This is following your dreams. This is going after what you truly want in your life, who you want to become in your life. Powerful cards this week for everybody. We have the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles is our underlying energy. It's something that we probably won't want to focus on. We really have to pay attention to, or we really have to bring it into the consciousness of our meditations, of our prayer time, of our reflection time. The Seven of Pentacles asks us, what are we cultivating? By putting our energy in certain areas, what are we truly cultivating? Are we giving somebody too much attention and now they're taking advantage of us? Are we not giving somebody enough attention and they are invaluable to us going forward? Or maybe a situation. Maybe it's being true to yourself. For the first part of the week, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is probably a blurry area for how this will come about. We have the King of Cups, and Dad is sitting on his throne. He is solid, he is strong, even though the waves crash behind him. But the dolphins play behind him too, so let's not forget that part of it. There's beauty and there's chaos all around him. And he is asking you, before you go out into the world, are you prepared? Do you have what you need? Have you written out the plan? What do you expect to find? Is there something that you're lacking, and how can you bring that into being? Or is it your perception on what you lack? Because remember, we have the Gratitude card as our first card. How are you perceiving things? And how are they in reality? And so we may be asked to change our perception in some way, our understanding of the situation. Dad is asking you where you want to go forward in life. how you want to be accomplished, how you want to be respected, how do you want your, how you want people to see you, and what you want to truly do in your life. What do you want to become? Who do you want to be when you grow up? Our overriding energy is the Six of Swords. Six of Swords says that you have been a master in finding solutions so that you can go forward. But don't undervalue that this week. You're going to see, you are going to understand where, because you took time or energy or resources and applied it to a certain area, it's allowed you to be where you are so that you can go forward, so that you can strengthen yourself even more. And then we have the tail end of the week. So Thursday's blurry, of course, but we have, oh my goodness, the Two of Wands appears. But we go towards the weekend. We go towards wanting to plant those seeds, and we are looking at different avenues that we can go. So this could be an adventure. This could be, yeah, an adventure. How we change our routines. We're doing something new. We've included something in our lives. Both ways could show us promise too. So we really have to think things through, you know, so that even brings in more of the Seven of Pentacles energy and the King of Cups energy, asking us what we truly want, where we are putting our focus, where our focus needs to be. What do we desire? What do we want? What do we want that path to look like going forward? And we're making some strong decisions here with the Two of Wands. For work, career, King of Pentacles, you're strong. You think things through. You are, you know, how do we become the King of Pentacles? The King of Pentacles is a very strong king, because not only is he the diplomat, not only does he have his intuition, and his intuition works within his wisdom, he thinks things through because he is the diplomat, of course. But it's how to grow that wealth, how to grow that abundance. So you may be looking at furthering your career through study, through yeah, taking a course, getting those letters behind your name. I mean, how can you sit as the King of Pentacles in what you do, in your craft, in your career, in your job, in what defines you as a person? Love and relationships. Oh, we have the Nine of Wands. The sun is rising behind you. You're still in shadow. Remember, we have the full moon energy still. We have the Mercury retrograde energy still. But we are coming on that new moon, that sun rising up. So expect relationships to change, to expand, to grow. Expect new relationships to start entering your life. Understanding your bond with people, and how you can take those relationships and move them to the next level. This is a whole new path in what defines you within a relationship, what defines your relationships. So once again, where are we putting the focus? Do we just have it on ourselves, on our own growth, or are we looking at our relationships with people, and which ones need to be strengthened, which ones need our attention, which ones don't need our attention anymore? Remember, this is love and relationships, so it could be your friends, it could be people in the community, it could be your next door neighbor, it could be people you work with, it could be a lover, a soulmate, a parent, a sibling, a child. You're on a new adventure with somebody. This could even be taking a trip with somebody, but this is not a short-term trip. This would be a long-term trip, so it's more of a journey, a path. Our spirituality is the Hangman. We're really being called this week to back it up, to take a deep breath, to understand where our priorities lie, where we are putting our focus, where we are putting our attention, what will bring in balance. And not balance in the moment, but long-term balance. And pay attention to your dreams, waking and sleeping. Pay attention to those little clues you get from the universe, from God, your angels, your spirit guides, source, seemingly yourself, in your own conversations with you. There's a lot of messages coming in here with that crow above you, looking down at you, sending you messages, and you're not struggling here, okay? The hangman is never about struggling. It's getting the clarity, it's getting the understanding of how to bring the balance in. So take your time this week, unplug, recharge, bring into a consciousness, a knowing, a clarity of how you can truly succeed in having a balance going forward. And Six of Swords, that's a travel card. You may be traveling in some way. Maybe offered an opportunity to travel, which will probably expand your world. It'll give you that inner strength. It'll give you that confidence. Ten of Wands for health and well-being. You go, okay, you know what? You're taking on too much. One more obligation, one more responsibility, one more thing that somebody asked you to do and it wasn't supposed to be on your plate in the first place is going to topple you over. Or maybe you were burning the candle at both ends and so far you've been sailing through it, but there's a crash and burn that can happen here. Now, tens represent the end of a journey for new beginnings. So we could be looking at, well, you know what? We start with the Four of Cups. Let's go back to our gratitude. What are we grateful for? Are we grateful for ourselves, our strength, our well-being, our happiness, our joy? Our talents, our abilities? And where are we allowing somebody to put extra on our load, on our shoulders? Where do we feel the true burden? Where do we need to get rid of some of that? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of new growth on some of these wands that we're carrying, but some of them are deadwood. Some of them need to go. So is it a bad habit? Maybe we need to instill some new habits with this new moon. Ones that will bring us health, well-being, strength, and clear off that plate. We can't have stress all the time, every day. We need to unplug. We need to recuperate. We need to take time to meditate, to pray, to relax. Take time for us and our happiness and our joy. So yeah, that trip might just be that breath of fresh air that you needed to unplug from everything, to get new sights in. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll meet somebody new. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.